Not getting the head up in tummy time. Okay. One of the things that I'm trying to teach, sorry, getting phone calls in during Facebook Lives. It's one of the things that I'm trying to teach here is not just static poses in development. I'm trying to teach quality. So this live is actually for 3 babies. We got it at 9 months all the way down to much younger at 3 months. The biggest misconception in tummy time is that it promotes head strength. That is not what tummy time does, okay? We can lift our heads, babies cannot, right? What that means is you and I, if I go forward, I can lift my head up, okay? That is a head lift. That is not tummy time. What a baby does is the pubic bone strikes their pelvis, underneath of the pelvis strikes, and it brings their head and spine into connection, into a synchronized movement, and that's what brings the head up. It is not a lift. The second your child is lifting their head up in tummy time, they're now deviating on tummy time, and it's already becoming a developmental complication, right? Or not an optimal movement or a functional movement. And so then you get a lot of people that are then prop the baby like this. Oh my God, don't do that. Use a boppy or use some form of contraption or positioning to promote head strength. So what that does now, it locks him down, and then that child, good luck going into rolling over because they are not learning the weight transfer and their transitional skills. So the ideal tummy time that you're looking for is when a baby, and this is a rubber doll, so apologize, is just sort of going from side to side, right? They're crossing midline and they're doing this. The head should look like an X and an X, right? When they're going into these things, right? They should not be doing this. They're not planking, they're not pushing up, they're not lifting their heads, and what's worse is they should not be doing this with their pelvis and that they can't get their head up whatsoever, right? Because that's when a baby just can't do it. Doing this more and more and more is not going to teach your baby a thing, right? Because why? They don't have rotational responses. The newborn movement assessment, they would be at high risk already, and you can do that, it's free. Second of all, why? Because they don't have weight transfer and transitional movements. So, and they're not going to get those things on their own. There are certain skills when a baby doesn't initiate. It's very similar when we talk about, you know, if I go into heart failure, I better have someone here that can restart my heart, okay? Because it's an organ, and I believe that is the same with rotation and muscle function, right? Muscle function, not muscle response, right? It could stiff or floppy. I'm not talking about that. And so all the babies here do not have this kind of weight transfer going on. And so because of that, when I don't have weight transfer and all that, now I need muscles to do the job. Babies don't use muscles to move. They can't. If a baby uses muscles to move, that means they have muscle control. They don't have those things. It's impossible for them to go into. So that's where we have a problem with the development. So even though one is going into can sit independently, they're not crawling, they're not going anything. You don't have the foundations you need for the movement. And in all cases, I really would be in the worried parent group. The most economical would be the newborn movement assessment and the tummy time. But for your baby's future, they need the worried parent, because then you can pick and choose of what you need. But please, guys, when you don't have a good tummy time, you can't go to the next or the one after it milestone, right? You have to go and build a better foundation. It's sort of like building a house that just doesn't have a good foundation. It's just not going to stand. And we can't have those complications. When you don't have a good tummy time, the chances of getting your child into a vertical manipulation, like in walking, without some kind of therapeutic intervention is so minimal. It's not funny. And we need to start working on those skills. And that's where you need to go with that. Thanks.